Rell and Holy War X will quote unquote not save Roblox. And this whole situation is pretty controversial and has a little bit of drama, so sit with me with this little yapper-thon I'm about to go on. So pretty much everyone agrees that Roblox is very dry right now, especially Roblox anime games. But in this community, obviously everybody's been waiting for Holy War and Rell to drop, and that's been our savior. That's what we've been looking forward to for the most part. For example, if you look at one of my videos where I cover a new game, you'll most likely see a lot of people saying, I'll just wait for Rell or Holy War X. And people aren't saying that for no reason. Rell and Holy War X are one of the few games that have shown clear innovation before the actual game has even released. And because of everything both games have shown us so far, we pretty much all agree that they're gonna be great no matter what. But just because it's great doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna be enough to save the platform as a whole. And that's where I saw some disagreement. I seen a YouTuber named TechieOP, a lot of y'all probably already know him, he's one of my friends, and he made a video essentially saying it should be enough to actually save the platform. And after that, another YouTuber named IBMain, I'm sure a lot of y'all know about him as well, he made a response video, or kind of an indirect response I would say, essentially saying that it won't save the platform. So let's look at what both of them said, and let me give my own opinion on the matter as well. So Techie's argument was relatively simple, to be honest, and he said it really quickly, so let me just play it for y'all real quick.
I believe that both of these games will 100% save Roblox and 100% get us out of this drought and help the platform become better and grow. Since games like Block Streets and GPO have given the blueprint for devs to make these banner beaters and start this banner beater trend, I hope that with high quality games like Rell and Holy War X, we could be seeing devs take notice and actually start trying harder on their games if they see that Rell and Holy War succeed. Then this will lead us to hopefully another golden age of Roblox anime games where we will see more quality games releasing, and it will hopefully revive the community and eliminate this trash from the platform that we've been seeing.
So I mostly agree with what Techie said in this clip, but I'm not gonna lie, I do disagree with kind of how he actually got to his conclusion. Techie kind of made it sound like the devs are just gonna see, oh, if we do put in the work and make a really innovative game, we will get a lot of success. But in my opinion, the devs already know that. That's pretty obvious. If you make a good game, you're gonna get a lot of success. What I really think will affect the platform in a positive way is the fact that the standard of what players are willing to play is gonna go up. So for example, if Rell releases, it's gonna be most likely the best One Piece game on the platform. So that means you're gonna be a lot less likely to tolerate games like Haze Piece or even Pirate's Destiny. And if we're not willing to beat bandits in a circle for hours anymore, it's gonna be hard to actually make profit off those types of games. And this will essentially force devs that want to compete to have to make better games. So I think where me and Techie disagrees, I believe it has more to do with the players than the devs. And I think generally the devs will just do whatever the bare minimum is the player base will actually play and spend money on. But now I want to look at IBMain's video and see why he said that Holy War and Rell are not enough to save Roblox. And his first point was essentially how our expectations for these games are way too high. So let me play that clip for y'all.
Top one, you guys are just expecting the world. You're not getting the world. I'm certain, like, every time you think of an ideal, you guys just adding onto the game of things you want to see, it's a high chance it's never getting added to the game. We haven't seen much gameplay, but I've seen people make whole theories on how the gameplay is going to work. You ain't seen it. They haven't told you. Stop making stuff up in your head. Please stop. You guys are going to be, they're going to make a, watch this, they're going to make a great game, but because you thought this game was going to be perfect, people are going to trash it, act like the game was trash, because it didn't live up to this unrealistic expectation that people made in their head.
So I'm not gonna lie, I mostly disagree with what IBMain said. And it's mostly because he's kind of applying like what a few select minority of like very slow people, and kind of applying that logic to literally everybody. Like he made it seem like every Rell and Holy War advocate is literally expecting every one of their ideas to be in the game, when I really don't think that's the case. Like, how many of you guys that are watching really believe that all of your ideas need to be in the game for it to be a good game or a great game? Because in my opinion, the games can be completely different than we're thinking right now, but they could still be great games, and I personally won't have a problem with that. Now, IBMain also had another point about budget, essentially saying that every game can't be Rell because the budget for Rell is really high, and people are expecting every single game to be Rell. And I'm not gonna lie, from my perspective, I just don't see this. I don't see people expecting every single game to be Rell. It's the reason Rell is amazing in the first place, is because we don't expect other games to be to this standard. But let me just play the clip.
Yo, Rell games, they're millionaires. They're millionaires. Everybody's not gonna be able to make the, like, even if you want to, Everybody doesn't have the money to get the models that they got, to put the time in they got. That's not possible. You're not getting that. Even if this game is that good and that amazing, you're not getting that from every game.
So what IBMain was saying here does make some sense to an extent. Budget obviously matters a lot. No one's gonna tell you budget doesn't matter. But if you're making a good project, obviously the community has shown that they'll literally pay for your product. Recently, Jujutsu Infinite made like $1 million and the game is still not out and it's still in realistically relatively early development. And if we look at Holy War X's budget, a lot of it comes from the premium tester that they sold. I believe they made over $100,000 from those sales, and that's a lot of money to put into a game. And that doesn't even include the most obvious way to make money, which is just making a cash grab. Like, you know, games like those One Piece games that we really hate, those are usually just cash grabs. But you could easily use those cash grab funds to go and fund another passion project, but instead they use it a lot of times to fund another cash grab. And if Holy War X and Rell sees up to standard, it's definitely going to be a lot more likely for devs to consider making passion projects and just good products in general. IBMain kind of made a point where he was comparing quality from like 6 years ago to quality now, where he was showing old games from like 6 years ago and saying we used to enjoy those games, and that is true. But you can't compare quality from 6 years ago to quality to today. It's basic evolution. And even in this video, he talks about the quality jump in 2020 with games like GPO and Shinobi Life 2. So of course, with that jump in quality, the standard is raised and the old standard no longer applies. But that's just my opinion. I want to talk about it more, but to be honest, I'm trying to get this video out right now. Hopefully this makes it out today. If it doesn't, I'm gonna be very sad. But I appreciate y'all. If y'all want to like and subscribe, boost the algorithm and whatnot. I have not slept. I just haven't slept. I'm tweaking. I'm not gonna lie, I'm tweaking. Somebody help me. Thank y'all. Later.